Hi Jonathan, it's a 1-0 win over Falkirk here at Cappielow today. Can I get your reaction to the resulting performance, please?
I thought the performance was good. I think they came with a game plan which was difficult to play against. You know, they have a quick striker and they tried to play it long, so we had to be really, really careful and strong, aggressive in the first ball up and obviously in the second balls. And I felt we did that. We looked solid throughout the game. I felt, and when we got the ball down after the first, hectic 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes, I think we looked good. We played some passes. What I asked for half time was to be more dangerous and a little bit take a little bit more chance in the box and be a little bit more direct, because the play was all right, and they did that in the second half. I thought that was positive, so it was a good performance. Yeah.
You mentioned it was a hectic start, quite frantic. Do you put that down to the circumstances surrounding the game? And
possibly a little bit, possibly. I think I told the players before to use the atmosphere because it's a good thing. You know, you want to play in games that there's a lot of stake and there's a lot of media interest and crowd interest, but sometimes players get a little bit wound up, and I said that you just channel it in the right way, and I think we did that more than Falkirk after the first 10-15 minutes. I did think we had experienced players in midfield took charge of the game and slowly got into it, and I thought some of our passing was very good in the first half.
It was goalless at half time, but you had a big, I wouldn't even call it a chance, but Gary Oliver had a great effort, hits the post.
Fantastic. You know, we haven't been scoring enough goals on the first to admit that, but that's a team effort, and I think the strikers are working really hard to get that goal, and Gary Oliver's got great skill, great technique, and he showed it in that ball, and he deserved a goal because of the work rate. And I thought first half was pretty even, but they had a half chance. We had a shot in the post and a half chance in the end, so I thought it was pretty even the first half, I have to admit.
Second half starts. Falkirk's goalkeeper Leo Fasan is sent off for a foul on Michael Tizzer. What was just your thoughts on the incident?
I thought it looked a clear red card. I felt, we spoke about half time because the one thing we asked for a little bit more is one of the midfielders to go and help the striker with runs, because we are three, so we can afford one to go on a run, and Tizzer did that, and it was a great run, great timing, good ball, and I thought he was first, and I thought he would have scored the goal, and obviously the keeper was sent off, and that's the little bit you need, at home, and I thought it was a clear decision.
You mentioned you thought Michael was going to go on and score. Would you rather had the goal rather than the red card then?
Yeah, always a goal, of course. I thought, if it's a penalty, it's a yellow card. I think the rules are now, and if it's outside, it's a sending off. So it's important. It's difficult to play against a team with 10 men because you start in your mind changing things, and you start taking maybe a little bit liberties, and you start doing stuff that we didn't agree on, and that can cause you problems at the back as well, because they started sitting in deeper and kicking it long again. So it was I'm pleased how we played with against 10 men. We were patient, and we got our just reward in the end, I think.
You made the change. You brought Bob McHugh on, an attacking change. I don't think you really changed the system though.
No.
And Bob comes on and
I felt
scores a goal.
Yeah, I felt Charlie's been playing great for me, and I think they were really strong with him. And I felt if Gary Oliver goes in that position, he's more of an attacking threat than maybe Charlie is at times. A little bit stronger to hold the ball up, and I think Bob hasn't been happy in training for the last week, and he wasn't happy that he was taken off the team. But he's a fantastic professional. He would never show it, so I'm really pleased for Bob. He's someone I've known for years, and he deserves the goal, and he's a fantastic box player. He's always in the right space, so if you get service for Bob, he will take his chance.
Is that something you appreciate as a former forward yourself?
I think he's a great character to have. He's a great person to have in the team, and he showed that today, and he's someone I can rely on, and I'm very pleased for him. And as you said, you make subs to make an impact, whether it's a defensive impact or an offensive impact, and it's important that they go out with that mentality, and he certainly did that. So.
Did you ever have a feeling the goal wouldn't come, or were you quite confident that it would come?
I was confident that we were going to create chances. I felt we overcomplicated things a little bit. I think Ross McLean had a really good game today, and I felt I was trying to get him the ball earlier so he could run 1-against-1, because he had the better of the defender. So we made it a little bit difficult, but that's quite understanding when we haven't won for a few games at home. So I knew we were going to create chances. It was about taking it, and that was one of the reasons I put in Bob.
It's your first win as manager here. Is that a weight off your shoulders? Was it something you were thinking about at all?
Not really. Not really. In the terms of that, I knew that because it's a tight league, I felt we have to pick up 3 points at home. In that way, it was pressure, and I think if you go on a positive run, it creates positive results, and also the other way, if you go in with a negative run, it can create a negative results as well. So in that way, it was very important that we cut that, and now we're on a winning run, and we can grow from here as a team with better confidence.
It's a clean sheet as well. First clean sheet in 8 matches. That must be a positive.
We've been really working hard. I think after the United game especially, we said we need to be more difficult to beat. We need to be stronger defensively as a unit, and we showed that today. And we showed that in the last few games actually, and against Inverness as well. And I said before the game, the main thing for me today was a clean sheet, because I felt we were going to score, because we had a really positive week in training.
It's quite emotional scenes at full time, obviously, with the players. What was your thoughts on that? You would have obviously been quite calm and relaxed. But
yeah, it happened before me, but I think I said to the players before that any manager you play against, whether he's an ex-manager or Rangers manager, Celtic manager, you need to prove a point to them that you are better than the opponent in your opposition. And I think everybody was really determined to do that, and I think it was a little bit of a victory for a few. I think they felt a little bit emotional when it happened, and if you can use that in the right way like they did today, it's a positive thing. You can always use any situation to your advantage, and we spoke about the forward game, and we did that today. So.
Excellent, Jonathan. Thank you very much for your time. Well done on the win today.
Cheers.